Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. And this time, we're going to be dissecting Federal's Truball rifled slug, which has a hollow point, in 3-inch, 12 gauge of course. 1700 FPS nonetheless. I'll let you look at the box for a second here. All the warnings, all that stuff. These actually are not that expensive. Other side's the same thing. Back of the box. If you want to read any of this, just pause it, because I don't feel like reading all of this. But this is what the slug looks like. Federal 12 gauge slugs are usually in a maroon hull. This one's maroon. We do have a nice hollow point on it. Could be deeper, but that'll do just fine. Really nice looking shell here, to be honest. Kind of hate to cut them up, but I'm going to. Excuse the noise in the background. There's a bunch of people outside right now, just having a good time. Real quick, if you guys like these dissection videos, let us know, and we'll definitely keep doing them. I'm having a good time learning how these factory slugs and whatnot are put together. It's pretty enjoyable. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want to see, let us know. But yeah, more or less, we want to know if you like these kind of videos or not. Just let us know, guys. But I suppose, without further ado, let's get to cutting that thing up, as much as it pains me to do it. I am going to predict that this is loaded just like the 2 3/4 inch standard Foster slugs, just with a ball in the cavity. I know that because I can see the wad. It looks very similar. A plastic ball inside the slug, and I'll explain what that does in just a second, but let's cut it open now. Okay, so here's a cross section of it, and I can already tell right now this is a different powder than what was in the standard 1 ounce Foster slug in 2 3/4 inch, but the slug looks pretty much exactly the same, and the wad right here, the, I don't know what you call it, gas seal for lack of a better term, it's not really a wad, but it looks the same. Again, the powder is different. Let's see how much powder this has in it, of course, mystery powder. And this slug is loaded with 42.4 grains of what appears to once again be Alliance steel, if my camera would focus on it. But I hope you guys can see it. This looks just like Alliance steel, and it takes up a lot of room in the hull, just like Alliance steel would. If you don't know, Vista Outdoors is the parent company of both Federal and Alliant Powder, and now Remington. But yeah, looks like Alliance steel to me. Don't take that as it's Alliance steel, because it might not be. And just like the 2 3/4 inch version of this without the Truball, so the standard 1 ounce Foster slug, this has a paper base wad. It seems like a lot of the Federal premium loads do still have paper base wads. That's pretty cool. Regular 209A primer with a copper plated primer. Still a steel battery cup. But the moment of truth, well, not yet. The gas seal is pretty much the same. Now the moment of truth. What makes the Truball the Truball? That right there. That is what looks to be a nylon, I think it's nylon, ball. I'm guessing it's about 50 caliber too. I'll try to get this out of here, but what this does is helps the slug obturate to the bore, so it feels the bore better, which should lead to better accuracy. We haven't shot any of these yet, at least not on paper, but I'm willing to bet these are more accurate than the standard 1 ounce Foster slug. Little backstory here. Whenever me and Josh first started really shooting a lot, this is one of the slugs that we first tried out. We went to J&J Firearms here in Grayson, Kentucky, and we found some Hornady SSTs, 2 3/4 inch, which those are a 7/8 ounce slug, 350 grains, and they're supposed to be moving 2000 FPS. We were pretty impressed by those with the recoil. I didn't shoot any of these, but Josh did. To be honest, I was kind of scared to shoot them. I hadn't really shot a whole lot of shotguns at that point. So he fired all 5 of these, and after the 5th one, he could obviously kind of feel it a little bit. So it is a pretty stout load. This is nothing now in terms of recoil. We shoot a lot hotter stuff than this. If the lighting's bad, guys, I apologize, but here is what the little plastic ball looks like. To me, to the eye, it looks like it's about 50 cal, here's a 32 gauge shell. If you've never seen 32 gauge, yes, they exist. You can see Cal 32 right there. I have a couple of these. But the internal diameter of these holes is 51, 510. Let's see, will this go in? Okay, it falls in. All right, you can see right here, there is just a very, very small gap between the ball and the hull wall. So that tells me that is probably 50 cal or somewhere in between 50 cal and 490. I would measure it, but my calipers, the battery's dead right now. Sorry guys. I guess all that's left to do now is reassemble this in a clear 3-inch dot hole. Should be fairly easy. Let's drop our gas seal in there. The ball. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. It's really bright out here. And then the slug on top of that. Press it down and look inside the hull to make sure that it's all together properly. And it is. Very simple load. And here it is put back together. I roll crimped it with a GOT BN2. And as you can see, it's a little bit shorter than the factory load, but still. Looks pretty good to me. So again, if you guys like these videos, let us know, and also let us know what you want to see us do. I kind of like doing this. But I guess that'll end it here. Thanks for watching, guys.